watching on. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so sorry about that. Uh, but right now, we're gonna do the next rest video, and that is which generation has the greatest childhood. And it's by Essential Adonis. Now, I haven't talked about my own childhood for quite some time. I mean, I just miss the old days when I was, back in, I mean, you do know, what I'm talking about. I mean, I remember back in the days when I, when me and my mom actually going, or always go to Blockbuster, get the VHS. I mean, oh, y'all remember the VHS, man? That was a good old time. And of course, I had like an original DVD as well. Before the streaming platform take over, like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, uh, Peacock, and Tubi as well. I mean, there's a lot of things to it, man. And and the other thing that I missed was the torch OS. I missed the torch OS so bad because it was a good day, man. Like it was a good time. Like, but then it got to an end. I'm like, oh man, I gotta get rid of all these toys because I am all grown up. But which I don't want to, cause I I just know that I want to feel like a kid because let's just I mean let's not judge a book by its cover because it make you still feel like a kid when you actually want to play with the toys for every single time, man. 'Cause I know this it helped y'all so far for like why growing up and stuff. But like what if I still need action figures or Nerf gun or anything that help because I don't know. Like I just wish there's some other way I can find more toys and all that. Like, you know what? I need to bring back one of my toy collections, and I just don't want to be adult anymore. I just still feel like I want to be a kid because it's very the old days of how I remember from the past, and of course my brother, me and my brother actually saw my childhood house at over at Detroit when I was born at Detroit. And I ain't gonna lie though, it's a lot of things for me to notice over my old childhood, and it's so rough, man. Like seeing like that, I just feel like I just miss the old days. But let's not talk about that. But let's just get right into it in 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, so boom. As we all know, social media is a blessing and a curse, and you can argue the pendulum swings heavily in one direction or the other. Earlier this morning, I went for a run, and it was about like 11:30, 12 o'clock. And I'm running through a park, and it's summer vacation. So you would assume there's going to be a bunch of children outside, young adults outside, people probably having a good time. That was not the case. And the few that was actually outside, everybody was glued to their phones. I was at a point in which I was on a bit of a loop for like 35 to 50 some seconds. And I'm staring a hole through everybody because I'm just absolutely bewildered, flummoxed, perplexed as to how is it that you can have small groups of young adults, teenagers together, everybody just staring at their phones. And it begged the question, there's no scenario in about 10 some years to where Gen Z, or the tail end of Gen Z, I think the early portion of Gen Z, anywhere, what was it, 96, 97, up until like 2002 per se, they could probably claim that they had a bit of childhood without technology per se, but there's no way that the bulk share of Gen Z and Gen Alpha can claim to the conversation of having the greatest childhood of all the generations, because all of us can have a legitimate argument, right? There's no way. There's no way children now can even compete with us, right? I'm not going to speak on Gen X, the baby boomers who happen to be in the building. I can only speak on the millennials, right? Because I believe we have the best generation to childhood to have grown up. Why is that? Because we got the best of both worlds. You had the bulk share of your childhood was spent without social media being so heavily, predominant in your day to day. And then the second half of your life, you happen to have, social media technology went and took over, right? Because think about what socials, when it really started to hit its apex. That was like maybe 2009, 2010, pretty much the rest of the 2010s moving forward. But before that, Skonex, MySpace, Bebo, all those different sort of websites, they were cool. People were on them and active, but it wasn't so much so to where the bulk share of your day was just spent online. You was either having to go play games, you was probably outside at the mall, you was communing with a bunch of your other friends. You had different sort of things that really encouraged being outside, touching grass, and having to do things together. For example, y'all remember midnight releases? Where video games would be released at like 12, or maybe shoes would get released at a certain...
yeah, I think I remember that. Because the PlayStation... I remember for the midnight release, I think it was for the PlayStation 2 that happened on GameStop. Like... It was like I think it was 2001. Oh no, I think it's 2002. I believe so. Cause seemed like that for the midnight release that I remember back in the days. Cause I never had a midnight release before. Well, as I did because I pre-ordered some of the games that I remembered. But I never had more midnight releases when I was a kid, cause I was actually waiting on something new games to come out for the PlayStation. Well, for the PlayStation 2 and and the GameCube as well. Yeah, I remember that on GameCube because man, that was actually the good old times of seeing it like that. I was like, okay, yeah, I need to get the PlayStation 2 on, and I did got the PlayStation 2 on Christmas. I believe on 2001, and I've been like playing like one of my PS1s and Dreamcast. I still have Nintendo. I still have Nintendo 64, but the only reason why I was a kid, it was during Christmas. I have one of those themes to it for a Nintendo 64. It's from the Pokemon, which is very unique. Me, seeing it, I was like, wow, I got the Pokemon Nintendo 64 on Christmas. I'm like, wow, that was amazing. And, man, that was a good old time. That was a very good, Christmas, like the Christmas day that I ever noticed from when I was a kid. And and also, me, my brother, we had one of those Power Ranger toys that I remember, and me and my brother were actually fighting over the White Ranger. And I shouldn't get she shouldn't get me the Green Ranger instead of White Ranger instead. But but that's okay, man. But it's always happened sooner or later. But let's not talk more off and on. So let's just continue on. So yeah, sorry about that.
Sort of location, and the only way you can get it is if you physically went to those spots. These kids don't know nothing about that shit. Think about it.
Yeah.
I remember I was in junior high. I think it was Halo. It might have been Halo 1. No, it couldn't have been Halo 1. Maybe Halo 2 or Halo 3. Somebody could fact check. It was like 2007, something like that, because it was my senior year. My father was in the hospital, and I'll never forget. It was like a middle of the week. This game got released. Folks left from after school to go to Manhattan and was standing on a line in anticipation for midnight when the game would ultimately get released and then you can buy it. They had like hundreds of people outside in the city and numerous different locations around the nation just waiting until midnight for a release of a video game. They don't have that now because everything is digital. You don't have that experience no more. Even with the release of shoes. Ain't there like an app or something, like sneakers app, You Got 'Em? It might, I don't know if it's just Nike or whatever the case is, but I've always seen people post it on social media where it's, I got him. Oh man, I missed out. Or maybe you didn't get him or something. Before, you had to go to the store, wait in a line. Like, remember how Black Friday back in the day, you always had these brawls, if you will? And earlier, I think it was last year, I'm like, oh, America might be back. Folks is fighting on Black Friday. We might be back, right? But you remember them days where you had to do things?
Actually, I haven't been into the store during Black Friday with my mom. And it's actually true because some of the people are so greedy that they want to buy the most lowest price possession or the highest price possession they have it on there, either on Walmart, Target, or Best Buy, or anything. Like, they try to fight over the TV, and they fight over like for the cooking pot. Like, this is my cooking. I need a cooking pot. And bro, I'm telling you, man, those motherfuckers are so greedy. Like, I just don't know why they act like this in real life. Like, I just don't know why. But I mean, I'm glad that I wanted to like do this, do the online shopping. I mean, I never did online shopping, but if I get paid enough, let's just say that it's different between this try to do on the additional, try to do try to do an additional for the midnight release from the games. But I think we're rather than wait in line for the new games. And I'm not gonna lie though, I miss the old days of I just miss the old day when we had to get in line for the new games to come out during the midnight release. And it just helped noticing. I mean, it's not for a Black Friday, but I noticed like a new game from any other teenagers or with an adult with your children, and just waiting to happen at GameStop. I mean, believe me, like I just miss the old days. Like it's just, man, it's like like geez, like man. I really wish I want to go back, man. Like, y'all don't understand. I just really wish, man.
In person, and above all else, you had to do things together. Like virtual gaming now, everything is done from the confines of your crib. You don't have to encourage people to come together. Like back in the day, you couldn't play the game together unless y'all was together in the spot. Remember, the PS2 only had 2 controller ports. You had to get a multi-tap in order to get 6 people to play.
I never had that.
I remember playing SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, or SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth, or any of those wrestling games on the PS2. You get the multi-tap. Now 6 of your friends, or 5 of your friends, one would have to watch if it was 6. You and 5 of your friends could play the game at the same time. You couldn't do that shit. Nowadays, you can probably play the game. Everybody just play the game at the same time, but you're not actually together, kicking jokes together, roasting each other together, having that good bonding time together, because everybody just either on their phone or you have the benefit of just doing everything wirelessly.
I miss that so much.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Wait, no.
I ain't gonna lie though, like I never. Me and my brother or Tiger, my family didn't have like in the multitask before for the PlayStation. I mean, me and my brother, we actually played PS2 a lot, along with the GameCubes. I mean, I haven't gotten the original Xbox because I totally forgot. But that's okay, because I actually got the Xbox 360. I missed the Xbox 360. I mean, I have a lot of Xbox 360 games, because, man, like, seeing like that, I like, bro, what would I do without it? I mean, I played more on the Xbox One, but then I decided I was going to get back from playing PS5, and, Well, yeah, I was excited to get back for playing on the PS4, and hopefully I was later that year. Then I got the PS5, and of course I got the Xbox Series X, of course, and Nintendo Switch, which also I'm probably gonna get the Nintendo Switch too. Hopefully next time I'll probably get it on either on my birthday or my Christmas. I mean, hopefully I could, just in case. So yeah, but even though, man, like back in the old days, we always played. Me and my brother, we always played the hell out of each other on the PS2. I mean, besides for the GameCube and Nintendo 64, we just having a good time. I mean, I know we roast each other, we cheat and all that type of stuff, but sometimes in the old days, we still. I think me and my brother, we still play each other. Currently, of course. I mean, I haven't played with them. I haven't played with my brothers for quite some time since I forgot, which I'm probably gonna do that after that. Cause it does really helps me a lot. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how, but it really does. Cause I just miss the old days. I really do. I just really do.
Build program.
Before the internet really started to take over to where everybody kind of has a cop-out to where you can find something out immediately. When you're playing a game, sometimes, especially in the early 2000s, you really the first person who's going through this, and if you don't beat it, you gotta sit there and wait for somebody else to. Nowadays, you can release a game on like a Tuesday. Some kid in like Indonesia done beat that shit within 6 hours and got the whole thing posted on a different website or a forum. So if you ever got to the point in which you felt stuck playing a game, you just go online and you can find the damn walkthrough immediately. Back in the day, that wasn't the case. It's the year 2000. You playing Pokemon Silver, Gold, whatever the case is. You done made it. You're the first person in your group to make it to Mount Silver. You see Red up there waiting with a level 81 Pikachu ready to wax your ass. You turn into your left and right. Yo, what do? We don't know. You the first one here. You don't have that.
Yeah, man.
Nowadays, there's no way these children know that feeling, bro. It's not the same.
That's not the same.
For example,
it's
Super
never
Smash
the same.
Bros. Melee and Mario Kart. Even the original Super Smash Bros. I got memories from playing those games with my friends. I'll never.
Oh my god. I would never forget about that too. And since he mentioned it, one of my friends that back in the day, one of my childhood friends, actually gave me he actually gave me the Super Smash Bros. Original Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64. He actually really gave me this game, and I was like, "Y'all, thank you." Shout out to him who actually gave me the Super Smash Bros. Like that was a good old days, and I'm glad I mean, I don't think I have it still, but I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna see what I can. I think the Super Smash Bros. On Nintendo Switch. I don't know, but let me play it. Oh man, it was my first time experience of it for me to play Super Smash Bros. And I'm glad I did for the old time's sake. And then later that day when I had the GameCube, I get the chance to play the Super Smash Bros. Melee. And it was crazy. I finally got the Super Smash Bros. Melee as well. I actually played the hell out of it. It was actually fun. And it was Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I did not play on the Wii U since I forgot. I actually forgot about it. But I actually did play the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as well. And it was actually a good time to bring back so many memories of it. and yeah, it was a good time, man. I'm so glad that he actually mentioned it because I just miss playing a GameCube. I really do because man, it was a good time.
So my friends, I'll never forget. And I truly don't know if the generation coming up got that same kind of claim because everybody could just play singularly within your home, but multiplayer with anybody on the globe. Remember when San Andreas implemented multiplayer where two people could go and play? I don't think it was a story mode, or maybe it was. It escapes me if you had to do something within the game. And it's split screen.
I know what you're talking about.
Almost all of the multiplayer versions and variations across all the different games, it's split screen. So if you happen to be playing against each other, you'd have to create some sort of divider on the television so you can't see where they located, because if I just look at your background, I could pretty much cheat and be able to locate you. So you have to find different creative ways to enjoy and experience the games, and you just don't got that no more. I don't want to just keep it primarily just, on gaming or whatever, but there was so many different things that was completely different from when we was kids, and predominantly millennials, but even Gen X here probably got some argument to that as well, where you did a bunch of different things. Television shows was different too. I don't think kids nowadays are sitting in front of the television watching TV like that. You probably streaming, watching streamers, or consuming social media content behind the larger screen. You're not really sitting there, Saturday morning, we about to watch WB. We about to watch Fox on Fox Kids or stuff like that. We about to tune into Cartoon Network. We about to go and watch all these different. That's just it's not that no more, bro.
Take me back.
I don't know if the pandemic did it. I don't know if it's primarily because of social media that did it, but it had me sitting here just thinking like, there's no way. There's no way they fucking with us when it comes to like our childhood. And Gen X's, baby boomers, y'all probably got different sort of things that y'all experience as well that makes you look back like, oh man, if I would go back, I'd be a kid again. And I don't think anybody would ever say, if I can go and reverse time, and redo my childhood, who would choose to do it in today's generation? I don't think anybody would. You got 80s babies who saying, take me back to the 80s. 90s babies saying, take me back to the 90s. Early 2000s saying, take me back to the early 2000s. Ain't nobody saying, you know what I want to do? I want to restart as a 6, 7, 8-year-old in 2025. Nobody want to do that shit. Everybody want to go back. So I'm curious, what was your childhood like? And what generation you think was the best? Obviously, everybody's going to be very biased. Or I should say, let me change the question. Do you think that Gen Z and Gen Alpha, for the later Gen Z, I think I'll probably do the cutoff at like 2002. I think anything past 2002 at that point, you way too heavily deep into technology to where you the bulk share of your childhood was spent with technology than without. I think once you get to 2002, that's the cutoff period right there. But do you think that 2002 on, Gen Y, or I should say Gen Z and Gen Alpha, do you think they can make the claim that their childhood was as good as ours? From the millennials, to Gen X's, to baby boomers, and I'm pretty sure the silent generation, everybody dead, but that's neither here nor there. Actually, no, my uncle is 90, but I don't think he won't sit around here and talk about childhood. That's neither here nor there, right? Do you think they can make a legitimate claim for having some of the best childhood? And furthermore, feel free to expand on what your childhood experience was like and things that you miss out on. I didn't even touch on the movies, bro. The movies used to feel like
I remember.
No other.
Yeah.
Transformers when it first came out in 2007, bro. You couldn't tell me nothing. The experience was top tier. I just don't think we got that no more. Like the last real feeling of that was like Endgame, but that had all started from Iron Man in 2008, so it was building up. Then when you got Avengers in 2012, then you had Age of Ultron in 2015, then you had Infinity War, and then you had Endgame. Like it was all building towards something, and now it's just not the same. I went to the movie theaters to go see Mission Impossible. I remember when I saw Fallout, people was losing their mind in 2018. It just wasn't the same experience this year. I don't know, man. It's weird, bro. Maybe it's because as I'm aging, I'm starting to turn into that unk kind of feeling. Oh, back in my day. I don't know if that's the case or not. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Because it dawned on me as I was on the run, and I couldn't keep this to myself. I spoke to a couple of my neighbors about it because I like to talk to, human beings before I ever go to the internet and start to record a particular video. But I don't know if I'm tripping or not. Maybe I'm wilding. Y'all let me know if y'all agree or not. But yeah, let me know in the comment section. Do you think Gen Z, the tail end of Gen Z and Gen Alpha has a legitimate claim to say that their childhood was better than anybody else's. And furthermore, feel free to expand on the things that you miss about your childhood that now either kids don't do or you're now unable to do as an adult as well. So let me know in the comments.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie though, the Gen Z and the Alpha, I don't think they might be as good as the others. At Millenniums, Gen X, or any others that has so much more experience of every childhood that they actually listen to very whether like classic like games, music, movies, anime, you name it. Cause the only thing that also do missed out on is sorry. The only thing I actually do missed out was I missed out a Jeepers. Y'all remember Jeepers? Back in my days, I think it was at the mall, but they actually like closed it down at the. They closed it down the Northland Mall, and I was so sad about it. I was like, I just really want to go there, but I was too afraid of that because it'll get too much emotional just in case. But yo, the only thing I did miss out on it is games work, and it's happened at Great Lakes Crossing Mall, and when I was a kid, I used to have on the when I was a kid, I think I was at the 5th grade or 4th grade. Me and my mom, we actually like going on a field trip for some very good times, and you know, we was heading to the mall, and of course they have they had a game work. They got Rainforest Cafe. It was a very good old time, and when I see the game work, I was like, oh yeah, I need to go there because I have so much experience about that. And I mean, of course, in case you don't know, it's from the Sega, and I ain't gonna lie though, I was having a good time with me and my classmates, and it was actually good. And then when I came back once again, and I was going to the game work with me and my brother. Well, yeah, me and my family. We still having a good time, and we actually go to Rainforest Cafe, which I hope I might come back to Rainforest Cafe later, next time, hopefully, because actually, I was actually still planning on going back, hopefully. But anyways, seeing that, it made me feel more happy as it is, but apparently maybe not, because I mean, of course, apparently, in case you haven't know, during that, when I was gonna come back at the mall once again, they got rid of it. The game work, they got rid of it. It was gone. I was sad. Like, I was actually sad that they actually got rid of it. Like, I think it was happening at where is it at? I think they got rid of it at. I mean, I don't know if it's still around or not, but yeah, it actually closed. It's actually closed down at March 29, 2010, and I was so sad that they actually got rid of it, and I was like, why? Why can't they keep it? They still gonna have to keep it for as long as it takes, because damn it, man. Like, oh, I'm sad about it, man. But the only thing I'm more sad about that I missed like Toys R Us, Blockbuster, the old GameStop, the EB Games. I mean, there's the other thing that I actually miss about. We're actually going to talk about more often to it. And maybe I might react more part of my childhood and some other stuff because, man, like, I just miss back in the days when I was a kid. I mean, I know I'm being a spoiled brat, but not anymore because currently I'm a good son, just in case. So. But if y'all want to talk more about it, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Cause man, I just miss the old my days, man. So yeah, but yeah, man. Sorry I talked that very long, but don't worry. Like I said, I'll probably talk more about it. Cause yeah, it's so sad, man. But yeah, man. Let me know. Comment down below, man. What is your favorite moment of your childhood back in the days? Like, is it an early 2000, or is it late, or is it 90s or 80s? Let me know, man. Tell me a story about it because we'll talk more about it. I might post more of some of that childhood I remember, but that's okay. So yeah, man. Let me know what you think about it. Shout out to Shinshiro Darkness. Links in the description down below for the original video. So yeah, man. I'll see you on the next video. Yeah, man.